parish matters. Playground working group. Playground report and playground equipment tender.
Some point, I think probably Mary and I need to devise and agree a risk assessment for minor repairs, so that we can get minor repairs done on a local basis, which would be good.
I think we did have one, didn't we, before? I thought that when I requested one before.
It needs to be specific to what we're actually testing.
Well, yeah, but did we not have a template of something before that I requested?
No, I'm aware of.
Okay. So you need a template to start with and then space to evolve it for each job.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But may I interrupt? I'm not really supposed to. But on the play area, bearing our current situation, I'm presuming that no minor, unless the jobs that it came in the safety inspection report, that you're really not going to do the job. If it's just like the cap on the top of something, you're not going to replace it, because it'll help to balance our accounts going forward. Is that a reasonable position? I know you sent some jobs around, but things that needed.
Yeah, most of those have been done, or we've got spares for. So finishing them off just needs a risk assessment. So
okay, right. So it's not new.
It's not new stuff.
It's
minor things left over from the inspection.
So new expenditure.
So
There's no new expenditure.
There is no new expenditure.
No. Okay, well that's lovely to know, because that'd be great for getting towards the end of the account. Because you spent very little on your play area and you actually have £1,000 allocated to
I think very good.
Yes, so
we're doing the job.
It needs some.
Yes, but you need, so whoever's doing it is.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'll put that higher up on the list then. Yeah, okay. Sorry, thank you.
Okay.
Over to you with the playground equipment tender.
Okay. So, to agree the tender cover letter and specification letter and approve approaching the following providers: Sovereign, Wixted, I don't know how you pronounce that, Ebe, Sutcliffe Play, Creative Play, Playdale, Playgrounds, Compan, Handmade Places, Hags UK, ESP Play, Online Playgrounds and Pentagon Play.
And anyone else? Anybody?
Yeah, pretty much anyone that's out there we need to go for already.
Yeah.
Okay.
There were a few comments made about the tender letter, and I did ask for an improvement. I was happy. Is there any?
No.
I think we need to agree a date for response.
Yes.
I'd be tempted to say 31st of October, because if we get this out in the next week or two, any company worth their salt should be able to turn something around in a month.
You think so? Yeah.
Yeah, well, if they want the business.
And it is a time when they are looking at quoting.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many first of October as well?
Yeah.
Chair, can I just ask a quick question? Has there been any consultation with parents or parent groups on what equipment they're looking for?
Not to my knowledge. Have you guys, as the working group, done? I think
the only
feedback
feedback we keep getting is that other playgrounds are nicer. But nobody's actually.
Have we asked them if they'd like any specific?
Hopefully we get round this the reverse way, in that the different companies send us their ideas and suggestions, and we then put that out in front of the kids at the school, the village, and say, these are the options. Which one do you want?
Yes. Because then they've got the things have got the prices on too. Yeah. Whereas if you say to them, what
I might not show the price because we lose the quote. So we could have to give a ballpark.
A petition on the on the Facebook, where 90 parents actually came through and wanted. And I thought we were going to actually have a meeting with the leader or the lady of that.
No, they failed to organise a meeting.
Yes, you did try.
I did try. I spoke to Kerry Ann for a long time, and then we were going to have a meeting, and then she didn't get there or something, and it's not happened since then. And I can only say that the Midsummer Fair was absolutely thriving with kids on it.
So we are going to have some sort of consultation with parents?
Yeah. Once we get ideas back from the various companies, then it goes out to the village.
As I read it, we haven't specified what they're to provide. We're asking them to provide ideas for what they should do.
Yes,
they can
my
give them
point
the
would be
space.
that's not really a tender then, is it?
No.
We're just looking for ideas.
No, they've been-
We need to know what the costs are.
We need to know what the costs are.
And also
Yeah,
then,
but we've given a whole range of equipment possible,
and a map of what's
and a map to have seen, yeah.
well, so then they tender it. Then they,
It's a
So
start.
the best bet then is to go for the cheapest item that will fit that patch.
Not necessarily the cheapest.
Because that
it
will,
all
well,
depends.
if we're looking at prices, yes.
Yeah, but what we're looking for
It's what they want.
is for different playground companies to actually throw out some adventurous ideas, because most people around this table are too old to be able to know accurately what small children want,
Exactly.
which is why we get the playground companies who deal with this on their day-to-day to come up with ideas and suggestions, and then we put that out to the village.
I mean, there is a school at the top of the road, top of the village,
Yeah.
full of children.
Yeah. It's just a starting
Yeah.
point, really. It's
Starting
the only
point.
thing we're talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
now,
There's
and then
at
we
the
get
top of the
down
village
to
there's a
I think
school
it's
that's
important
full of
that we
kids that
agree
can tell
we
us
have
exactly
a
what they
formal
want.
structure
but they're also
to
different.
consult with
And
people.
some people, the parents, some of the
Yeah,
parents.
but
want-
if, I don't
Yeah.
It's getting excuse me.
What are you saying, Michelle? Because I can't actually hear.
I said at the top of the village there is a school that is full of children that could tell us what they want.
There's actually two schools there when you think about it.
The idea is, if
Yeah, I get that. If we've got a
and you say, what's best there? You know, what would you really like out of that? What can be offered? And it's,
And
I
at the
mean,
end of
the letter
Can we not try and get
reads,
all of
this
this
is,
going?
it lays out what we've got. It's got the layout, hasn't it? It's got
Yeah.
the plan, as
Yeah.
far as I can see. And it says, this is vacant plot, this is this, that's that. You tell us how we can enhance our playground. You know.
I think the starting block is a good idea. We need to have something that we're actually asking about, and then they can add to it.
Oh,
if
yeah.
they want.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we remove the word tender
Yes.
and just say cover letter and specification?
Sorry,
Then?
Suggestion.
Yeah,
No, that's fine.
That's fine.
That's good.
It's not. I think if a tender is more that you've got something specific and you're saying this
And
is
then-
what I want.
Yeah,
and then it's
Yeah,
out.
yeah, that's the next stage.
Yeah, otherwise you could say that any menu is a tender.
I think we may need to tender it when we've agreed
Yes.
Which piece?
basically
Yeah.
which piece of
Yeah.
equipment we're going to do.
But we need to ascertain which pieces we're going to get to
Yes,
first.
or which
before we
people
fully
want.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And to an extent, what we can afford.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And the other
But equally, there's no point us putting something in there just because we think we can afford it and none of the kids like it.
No,
anyway.
no,
That's
no,
gonna be
no,
a waste of
no,
time.
it's some money.
It's got to be both.
Yeah.
Work like that.
There's also a thing to consider, which I remember from when the old playground inspections used to happen, last time we put equipment in, is that they look at the different skill sets that each piece of equipment uses. So these companies should be able to look at what we've currently got and say you need a piece of equipment that involves more
Motor
balance
skills.
or
Yeah.
more motor skills or
Yeah.
that. It's and there's so much stuff out.
I think that's when
yeah.
they're very little though.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, there's loads of
it's
stuff.
all the way through.
Okay.
Speaking of that, your comment, can I mention that a play area, the sort of, it runs out towards the age of 12, around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think ours goes up to 14.
Yeah,
Well,
it,
says
does,
below,
it
but
doesn't
it's
go.
that same.
It doesn't go 15 or 16.
No.
Well, no.
Well, there might be, damn it, to be fair. Okay, moving on to the playing field and pavilion working group report. Now,
did we
Julie.
agree that? So,
Oh, yes. So
Yeah,
have
I
you?
think-
Did you raise hands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Raise our hands.
It's just, and I won't put tender. I might change the letter.
Julian, you were going to clear something up when we got to see
Well, it's 19 when we get to it.
19.